Everyone is asking, who is behind Mahua? Every day the fake news brigade, the Chatti brigade floats new theories. Is it an American investment bank? Is it Ambani? Is it China? Nobody is behind Mahua. Mahua is behind the truth. दोपहर तक बिक गया बाजार का हर एक झूठ और मैं एक सच को लेकर शाम तक बैठी रही. हम तो देश के खातिर ऐसे लगे ही रहेंगे. जय हिंद. I want to talk about the most famous person in India today. Unfortunately for this house, it is not the Honorable Prime Minister. It is a man whose name starts with an A and ends with an I. And no, it is not Advani. For the purposes of this speech, let me just call him Mr. A and his group, the A Company. I want to start off by saying, as an ex-investment banker, I want companies to thrive. But I want honest, hard-working Indian companies to strive and not trapeze artists, as an MP colleague of mine likes to say. I am walking on my Kartavya Path by having the courage, in spite of all of you shouting, to speak about what I'm going to speak. Every word I utter is going to be an oblation, an offering of truth into my Mahayagna of nation building. A company who's in infrastructure, where you have to win most things by tender or have to get a regulated return, cannot have high multiples when it is growing with debt. Most infrastructure companies make a 5 to 15% return if they're lucky and they get everything right. Once an infra is built, it is usually sold to pension funds when the infra player keeps a small portion as an operator of the asset. The multiples at which this A company is trading was absolutely outrageous. Even Google, Amazon and Microsoft don't trade at such multiples. Ultimately, markets are and should be about fundamentals. I want to ask all of you, when a Russian company was taking over an oil refinery from an Indian business, it was not an attack on India. When Mumbai's electricity was taken over with funds from Qatar, it was not an attack on India. The pride of India lies not in the wealth of one individual. The pride of India lies in the robustness of its institutional structures. His group companies have amassed nearly 42,000 crores in foreign portfolio investments from 6 Mauritius-based funds. These funds have commonalities like common address, common company secretary, common directors. There is an urgent need to investigate these funds. I have brought this up in this house since 2019. In addition, there are 40 shell companies linked to the promoter who have collectively moved billions of dollars into Indian companies of this favorite group. No disclosure of related party transactions have been made till date. There are media reports that funding into these companies is managed by a Chinese national, Chao Chu-ling. There are reports that it's managed by his brother, artificially pumping up valuations by using pump and dump. His net worth has moved from 9 billion in 2020 to 90 billion in 2022, all in the anticipation of a follow-on public offering, an FPO. That was to be his moment of crowning glory. Madam Finance Minister, when your ministry in Parliament tells me that an investigation by the SEBI is ongoing, this company puts out a statement saying that they have been exonerated by the highest court of the land. Which court? Which nation? He also says his brother has no formal designation within the group, so any transactions with his brother or entities controlled by him need not be disclosed as related party transactions. Why has SEBI been a silent operator? Why would they permit a 20,000 crore FPO without completing an investigation report? Why didn't SEBI ask whether bankers had signed off on valuation? How is Mr. A's son's father-in-law allowed to be on the SEBI Committee on Insider Trading and Corporate Governance? How? What about the DRI? What about customs? What about GST, the Foreign Investigative Wing of Income Tax? What are they doing? This is deception of the highest order. This man has been permitted to use the LIC, to use SBI, to use the PSU banks, to get money as and when he likes. LIC already has 36,000 crore exposure to the group. SBI has outstanding loans of 27,000 crores. Why were they again anchor investors in the FPO? Honorable Civil Aviation Minister, you. In many ways, the Finance Minister said everything given to this company was by transparent tender. I have demonstrated in this house that the Dhamra LNG terminal shows that it is not awarded by tender. And even if it's awarded by tender, the tender rules are tweaked to favor him. GVK built the Mumbai airport and they did a fantastic job of it. On July 2nd, 2021, CBI filed FIRs against the GVK group. On July 18th, the ED raided GVK in Mumbai and Hyderabad, and then they sold their 50.5% stake in Mumbai airport to A company. He's his government further by pretending that he will finish Navi Mumbai by 2024. Honorable Shipping Minister, he has you. He has managed to use his proximity in the shipping ministry and his clout with the powers that be in Maharashtra to prevent dredging in Mumbai port for years and years so that traffic in JNPT cannot grow. India is on its way to becoming the third largest economy in the world. Don't let him smear your time in government with a stink of crony capitalism. Please immediately order full, complete and thorough investigation into all matters. Our country's reputation and the systemic stability of our markets are at risk. Don't worry about infrastructure assets. We have world-class Indian companies who can easily take over these businesses and be kept in check by our regulators. Let us all wear a topi in solidarity as a signal to these agencies that investigate immediately, fully and thoroughly in all aspects. Everyone is asking, who is behind Mahua? Every day the fake news brigade, the Chaddi brigade floats new theories. Is it an American investment bank? Is it Ambani? Is it China? Nobody is behind Mahua. Mahua is behind the truth. दोपहर तक बिक गया बाजार का हर एक झूठ और मैं एक सच को लेकर शाम तक बैठी रही. हम तो देश के खातिर ऐसे लगे ही रहेंगे. जय हिंद.
From breaking news, detailed analysis, in-depth interviews and explainers, follow the Times of India. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like our videos and hit the bell icon to stay updated with the latest.